for this review, we've got the McFarlane DC Multiverse. I guess this is Batman Wave. We get the first appearance Batman. We get a black and gray version of Knightfall style Batman. And then we get the Azrael final fight Bat armor Batman. Um, for the longest time, I didn't realize this was a wave. I was kind of confused and thinking this guy came with like that JLA wave for some weird reason. I don't know. Um, I've seen lots of him in the wild. I have been lucky enough to come across him, the first edition guy, a couple times. Um, both at Target. The Azrael armor I got from Amazon and just got it. So even though this is not a chase, he has been super hard to find. And even though this is not a chase, for some reason he's been difficult to find. Um, although I'm not seeing the black and gray anymore in stores, so this is a weird wave. I don't know what's going on with McFarlane distribution. Also, I do think it's a little weird that they made the red armor the variant and then made the blue armor. Sorry, I'm saying it backwards. They made the red armor the normal and the blue armor the variant because he doesn't he doesn't look like this until the very end of the story, and you would kind of think they'd make that more special, but yeah, I don't know why they did that. So I did a review on the variant of this, so I'm curious as to how this cape is. I don't know. Is it going to be the same quality or is it going to be different in some way? I've got two versions of this Batman. I do like this color, but I know what this figure is. And this is the first time getting anything close to this. I didn't get the first Azrael Batman, and I'm kind of regretting that now. But I definitely don't want to pay $100 for a $20, $30 figure on eBay. So I don't know what I'm going to do about that. Um, the backs, as usual, have some really nice artwork. Kind of find it interesting that for our black and gray suit, we get some black and white artwork. This kind of looks like the long Halloween look of Batman, which doesn't fit with what this character is. For the first appearance, Batman, basically you get the very kind of like a recreation of the comic, which looks cool. And then Azrael armor, this is a really nice graphic. I don't think this was from any of the comics back in the day. I think this is like a new something new that was done, but it looks really nice either way. So that is the packaging. Let's take them out and take a look at the figures. Okay, so here they are all out of the package. Um, First impressions, the I do think the cape is a little different on this version of first appearance than the platinum. We'll show them off here in a moment, but it does seem a little different. They pretty much come with the same accessories. You get this wrench and the hands. The hands are just different colors, and he comes with that card. That's really nice. There is the back if you want to look at that. The Knightfall Batman, he gets the card with the black and white artwork. And there is his card. And he comes with one closed fist, one open fist. Then he has a matching closed fist and a matching open fist. And he comes with a batarang, so you can get that into his hand, no problem. Whoops. I do like the color scheme. I've always, I'm, it's a hard time like deciding which I like better, the black and gray or the blue and gray. They're both very iconic, but the black, gray, and then the yellow always just has like more pop because of the black. So I kind of dig this color scheme. And then last we got Azrael, and again I haven't had this version at all before. I do think he's pretty cool. These fins that he have is kind of makes him back heavy. It's also a little striking that these are like a rigid plastic and everything else is like kind of rubbery plastic. It does like stand out. And I would say like don't put this guy high up on a shelf, or if you do put him on some kind of sophisticated stand, because if this thing like falls high from a shelf, I can imagine these fins in the back are going to break. Um, Now, as far as articulation, I guess we'll go over Azrael real quick. Um, Pretty much standard articulation. He's got double elbows, so you're going to be able to get a lot of range, and he's got double knees. So then, like just about every McFarlane figure now, there's kind of like this rubber diaper thing happening. So you're going to get a lot of range out of that. Um, there is a there's a ball joint in the torso. It's pretty restricted because of how the sculpt work is done, but there is a ball joint there. His head, his head is interesting. It is on a ball joint and it's squishy. There's nothing inside, but it's squishy. It's a little weird. So when you go to move it, you're gonna be like, hey, is it a helmet? Is there a head up underneath there? There isn't. There isn't a head. It's just squishy rubber. Um, Pretty much same thing for this Batman. In case you have not seen this sculpt before, he's got double jointed elbows. The hands have a huge. I mean, look at that, just incredible range of motion. Same thing for the knees. So you can get a lot of cool poses out of this Batman. And then this Batman is basically the Three Jokers Batman, which reminds me, um, he's pretty tall. Like I don't know if you can tell this from the camera, but he's like taller and bulkier than this guy. And I get companies reusing figures to save money, but I think they should have done something different with him. I mean, he should be using a body closer to this, if anything. I still love the figure, but that's one little weird thing I don't like about it. Um, Another thing, I don't know if this is an error or not, but his little stand is not as black as the other stands I've seen before. I'm looking at the other version off camera, and it's also the same way. So let's talk about these two real quick. Yeah, his stand is also kind of this off black color, and it makes the DC stand out a lot. Although I think his is a little bit more in the gray side. Um, so the capes. Eh, it's hard to say. They feel very close, but the chase seems a little bit more premium for some reason. I think there might be two layers on the premium. I think that blue is another layer, and on this version there's one layer of cloth. It's a different feel on each side. Like the outside is smooth, the inside is rough. Um, yeah, I think yeah, I think that's what's happening here. The thickness, like when you feel the edges, the bottom edges of the cape, this guy feels thicker. So something to think about. There's good reasons to have both of these guys, but if you could only get one, maybe you get the premium if you can find them. I do like this look though. It's just different. Like, here's it's kind of like cell shaded figures. You got your plain figure and you got your quote unquote, cell shaded, comic shaded figure. So there's something to think about. Um, we'll look at him just a little bit more. He's got some really nice stuff going on with the arms, a lot of detail, multiple. I'm gonna call them layers. I know this is all probably one piece that's fitted over the real arm, but they really did a good job with the detail. And then this chain goes to the back, and there's like a little reactor or something back there. And then these fins are pretty much identical. You can, uh, yeah, I was gonna say you can move these, but no, you can't. They're static. It looks like just because of the sculpt that they do something, but they don't. They are completely static. So that is pretty much it for Azrael. And again, he's gonna be back heavy, so you will need to be careful with posing him because he is likely going to want to fall in some direction. So get a good stand for him, especially if you're going to get him in any kind of dynamic pose. You want to get a good stand for him. Okay, so that is it. Maybe one day I will find the blue version of Azrael and we can review him. And if not, that's fine. I think this is a nice set. Um, Batman sells, so that's Batman. um, I'm not sure what else we. Oh yeah, I was gonna say I don't know what else is left. I mean, there's lots of modern costumes that haven't been done. Not many. We've gotten through a lot of them, but there are definitely some Silver Age versions of the costumes that they could do now. Technically, Super Friends looks a little bit different than this, so that's another version. And it would be interesting if we got like an Adam West Batman. And you could have a couple versions. You could have live action and you could have a cartoon version. It's, close to Super Friends, but not really. So if Todd wants to keep cranking out Batman, um there's tons left to do. So I'm all for it. That's a review. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know if you found the blue one, or let me know if you bit the bullet and try to find them online somewhere. But hopefully you guys are finding these if you want them. And as always, thanks for watching, and tune into more videos coming up.